From Ball State University. Welcome to Newsweek, Indiana. I'm Jake Thomas. The holiday shopping season starts this week, and the Salvation Army counts on shoppers to donate. Brittany Carlin is live at Hobby Lobby, where bell ringers are looking for donations.
I'm here at Hobby Lobby, where there are bell ringers here to raise money for the Salvation Army through this holiday season. Although Hobby Lobby is not the most popular place for the donations. Over the past, they used to get all of their donations at Marsh, which, as you guys all know, has been closed down in multiple areas, 5 locations to be exact, as said by the Salvation Army. I talked with Mona Taube, Corps Officer at the Salvation Army, about what they are saying and doing through this struggling time to raise money to support these families in need.
The impact is huge. Right away, we know that we're losing a third of our income for this red kettle season. That is about $45,000 that we're losing. And you think about it, if you had to lose a third of your budget.
What is that for your
Stand by.
Is that Donald, right? Right. I'm here with Donald, who is a bell ringer for the Salvation Army. He's here to tell us a little bit about his job and the things that he's been doing here to help raise money. So tell us a little bit about being a bell ringer here at Hobby Lobby.
Okay, well, being a bell ringer, you have to be very courteous. My key is to greet everyone, no matter what they're coming or going. That is the key to donations. Be courteous to everyone, be nice to everyone, and spend as much time as I can by this bucket. You know, I get a break in the morning, break in the afternoon, and a lunch, half-hour lunch. I cut all those short because every person is a potential customer. You know, if I have a 15-minute break, I cut it to 10. Half-hour lunch, I cut it to 20. So bring this bell for Salvation Army to you. Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Yes, and so as you can see, he's here raising money, trying to get as much as they can for the holiday season. Live in Muncie, Brittany Carlin, Newslink, Indiana.
2 Payless stores will be opening in place of the marshes, but the Salvation Army said they are not allowed to have bell ringers out front of the new stores. Indiana House Minority Leader Scott Peloff is not seeking re-election. He told House Democrats his decision was based on a desire to spend more time with his family. His last day as a Democratic leader will be on Organization Day on Tuesday. He said he will finish out the remainder of his term. Peloff was first elected into the House in 1998 and entered the Democratic caucus in 2012. President Trump took to Twitter again yesterday after LeVar Ball, the father of LiAngelo Ball, said in an interview to ESPN yesterday, quote, "What was he over there for? Don't tell me nothing. Everybody wants to make it seem like he helped me out." Days earlier, the president, who was in China at the time, negotiated with President Xi about the release of 3 UCLA basketball players who were caught shoplifting in Shanghai after the Pac-12 season opening game of UCLA versus Georgia Tech. Shoplifting in China carries a minimum of 5 to 10-year sentence. Afterwards, President Trump tweeted, "Now that the 3 basketball players were out of China and saved from years in jail, LeVar Ball, the father of LiAngelo, is unaccepting of what I did for his son and that shoplifting is no big deal. I should have left them in jail." Hours later, the president took to Twitter again, saying, "Shoplifting is a very big deal in China, as it should be. 5 to 10 years in jail, but not to Father LeVar. Should have guided his son out during my next trip to China instead. China told them why they were released. Very ungrateful." Last week, the 3 players thanked the president. Personnel in Okinawa, Japan, are now restricted to base and banned from drinking alcohol. This comes after Marine police on the southern Japanese island arrested the 21-year-old Marine on suspicion of negligent driving, resulting in a death and driving under the influence of alcohol. Kazuhiko Miyagi of the Okinawa police confirmed that a breath test indicated that the Marine had an alcohol level that was 3 times the legal limit. Witnesses to the crash say the 61-year-old Japanese driver had the right-of-way when the crash occurred, and the Marine may have been driving through a red light. Buying and drinking alcohol is banned for U.S. military personnel all over Japan. Charles Manson, the hippie cult leader convicted of orchestrating the murders of actress Sharon Tate and 6 other people, has died Sunday. Officials say he died of natural causes at the age of 83. In 1969, Manson sent some of his disciples into the night to carry out a series of brutal killings in Los Angeles. Because of this, Manson became the leering face of evil on front pages across America. A Harrison County man has died after an accident while deer hunting in southern Indiana over the weekend. Indiana conservation officers say the 58-year-old was hunting on private property when he was found unresponsive. The Department of Natural Resources Law Enforcement Division says a wound to the head. No foul play is expected, but the body has been found. Keegan Whaling, the body was found. The conservation officers say they in Long Lake. Search efforts had failed. Officials are saying an Air Force officer who was seriously injured the videos come after a report which found that 19 automakers in the U.S. Honda says it shared data with Facebook appear on the owner's feeds. The Nebraska panel has approved an alternative Keystone XL route. The Nebraska Public Service Commission voted Monday, but this
on Saturday that the company still does not know what caused the Keystone Pipeline to leak 210,000 gallons of oil Thursday morning.
We noticed a drop in pressure in our Keystone Pipeline, and within minutes our crews were out there in our oil control center, and we shut down the pipeline and isolated the valves.
The company dispatched at least 30 more people to the site in Amherst this weekend, increasing its crews from 75 to 100.
And we're going to be here and aggressively do this and ensure that that land is returned to its original state.
The new crews will also bring more equipment. The team in Amherst has already made a
remove there that do that. We have specialized trucks that actually store and contain that oil, and then we have removing that topsoil.
One landowner in the area says he was concerned when the pipeline was installed.
Very hesitant about what was going to happen, and we had some educated people, engineers, in that line, and then slamming it in the way they did, they said, how can something like this not happen?
Kent Meckley and worries about the future of his land.
They said, you won't have a problem of a leak in something like 4,000 years. It hasn't been 10 years, and there's already been, I believe, a leak in the southern part of the state, and now this leak up here.
The alternative route will run further north and down. Mechanically demolished. The dome was home to the NFL, the host the Olympics, Super Bowl. This year, there are plans to replace the dome with a hotel, parking, and green space. Now, here's a look at your Newslink Indiana forecast. With a wind chill that makes it feel like it is 39 degrees. And we have some winds coming from the south-southwest at 17 miles per hour. And then looking into our day planner, it will be calm with 47-degree temperatures at 2 p.m. And we'll see some partially cloudy skies at 5 p.m. with a temperature at 42. And tonight, it'll drop down to 42 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Things will be mostly quiet for the holiday week with high temperatures mostly in the 40s. And that's going to do it for us this afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jake Thomas. Be sure to tune into Music Indiana tonight at 6:57 on WIPV TV. Have a great rest of your day. Miles per hour. And then looking into our day planner, it will be calm with 47-degree temperatures at 2 p.m. and we'll see some partially cloudy skies at 5 p.m. with temperature at 42, and tonight it'll drop down to 42 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Things will be mostly quiet for the holiday week with high temperatures mostly in the 40s. And that's going to do it for us this afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jake Thomas. Be sure to tune into Music Indiana tonight at 6:57 on WIPV TV. Have a great rest of your day.